My mother, Anita, died in her sleep in 2010, when she was 64 and I was 32. The official cause of death was heart failure, but what she really died from was unabashed alcoholism. The kind where you drink whatever you can get your hands on, use your bed as a toilet when you can't make it to the bathroom, and cause so much brain damage you lose the ability to walk unsupported. The cause of her death was herself and her many problems. The month after she died, I began cleaning out her house, my childhood home, in downtown Boston. As a kid, my house sometimes seemed enchanting, filled to the ceiling with items my parents had collected on their many trips around the globe. But when my father, George, was killed in a car accident in Ukraine in 1994, my mother lost interest in our home, and it started to die as well. By the time she passed away, treasured rugs were being eaten by moths and mice, the fire escape was dangling off the back, and some windows wouldn't open while others wouldn't close. Everything that once seemed special was chipped or cracked and buried under sticky dust. I saw cleaning out the house as my last goodbye to her and my dad, and I was eager to finally be rid of them. I thought I would box up what I wanted, toss what I didn't, and avoid being caught by what had become its most potent force: sadness. My parents were intellectuals with exciting careers, but that wasn't what mattered to me as their child. My father had been emotionally distant and occasionally abusive. My mother hadn't protected me. She was resentful and selfish, and this was before her drinking brought out, or created, qualities that were much worse. My parents were married for 27 years, but rarely seemed to even like each other. I believed that they'd never been in love. I began my work in my mother's large study. Growing up, it had been the part of the house that was specifically hers, an area where the air was still and sacred. It was where she wrote and practiced her speeches for the Sierra Club, kept her favorite books and special jewelry. But during the last 10 years, it became a haphazard storage room for everything from stained sheets to months of unopened mail. I spent days sorting the clothing piled on the room's red couches and the incredible amount of pantyhose she'd purchased from Filing's basement and never worn. I'd anticipated this task for years, and getting rid of things so banal and expected was both boring and surreal. There goes that stained cotton turtleneck, that long pink coat she made my father buy her because she thought it made her look regal. I split the wall of books between boxes that would be donated and boxes that I'd bring back to Brooklyn. I reached deep into her closet, and when I came across something that my sister and I might want to keep, silk kimonos, a leopard jacket, I brought it into my mother's room and placed it on her bed, which had been stripped by her aide the morning she'd been found dead in it. I tried to summon a memory of getting rid of my father's belongings after he died, but couldn't. Then I remembered that my mother's best friend, Sylvia, had traveled from Chicago to help with the job, sparing me from having to fold his suits and throw away his underwear, and from seeing my mother doing it. Although the house had been my parents' and they'd acquired the majority of its contents together, I'd gotten used to thinking of it as my mother's. What I was going through those first few days was the soggy life she'd lived after my father died. Once I pried loose this first layer, I began to move more slowly. I had to pay attention to what was passing through my fingers: my mother's work files, broken necklaces with beads my sister might want to repurpose, our grade school report cards. At the bottom of a small wooden chest, I found a collection of letters bound by a cracked rubber band. After I'd managed to remove it, I unfolded the letter on top of the pile. It was typed on thin, crinkly paper, dated 1966, and addressed to my mom, who would have been 21. I miss you, 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 Sorry, I ran off the end of the line. I meant to say, I miss you. It's so hard to convince myself that you are so terribly far away. I have such a desire to just call you up, run over to the dorms, and pick you up so that we could run along the beach, roll on the midway, sail our boat, fly a kite, goose each other down the street. I laughed. Who would write such goofy things to her? I scanned the pages that followed, but it was only the signature, handwritten in blue ink, that revealed the author's identity. George.